Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be drawing a headphone holder for your desk or office. I saw a good version of it on a Facebook page that I follow. I thought I could recreate something and allow for everybody to have some desk storage for paper clips and such forth. If you follow along here, we'll make something nice and maybe you can get something out of it. Now I think I want the base to be about 5 inches and a 1.5 inch board. Probably go about 3/4 inch thick. And this will be the base. I think we need to bevel the end a little bit. Otherwise it's just a square block of wood. So we'll use the compass tool. Now something when you're using the compass tool, you want to start someplace where your line's going to be and then kind of put your second point where you want your line to end up. Now if you watch here, I'm going to do it correctly. So center point, and then I want to come up. I want to try to hit about 45 degrees. Just right about there. Now we can use this to draw our lines. SketchUp's very good about making sure that you're straight. Tries to follow the axis. This is just the easiest way that I found to do it. I'm sure there's other ways, but as far as trying to clip something off, this is probably the easiest. Now just grab sections of lines from that piece and delete. And then make sure you just grab the other pieces that you want to get rid of. Try not to grab a face that's part of the rest of the piece or you'll end up deleting it. So now let's draw our vertical piece. We're going to come right to the back here. I think we're going to do about a 1.5 inch, but we're going to draw it off to the side here so that we can put it over top and then cut the piece out. Now we're going to do 0.75 by 1.5 inches. Then we're going to extrude this up probably around 5 inches, I'd say, similar to the base. We're going to make this a component just to make sure that we're not messing with some of our other pieces and that we can actually use it to cut against the other piece. So we'll make this one a component too. Now when we set this on, we're going to use our rotate tool and pitch it to how we'd like it. Nothing too drastic, something like a 10 or 15 degree pitch. Yeah, that'll work. So the piece we want to use here is actually cut or trim. If you notice here, I used the wrong one, and just experiment. You can always undo. So if we use trim, it'll actually cut out against the piece. So we have this little cutout of our piece. And we're going to use that to the top here when we draw that. Now I'm just going to lay this down using our rotation tool. Try to find a good place to do so. Make sure we're level and plane. We'll move it up top here. Try to get it close. Bring it all the way to the back. And then we're going to trim these two against one another. I think I want to put it back. I don't know how that looks. That little back piece is going to be hard to secure. It'll probably break. So let's not do that. Let's move it forward. Just cut this little back piece off. That might work better. If you ever delete a face, just reconnect your lines. It'll draw it back on. We're going to make this into a component again. And we're going to move it back on top. We should be okay with that little top lip there. Probably make it kind of nice when it laps together as long as we can cut that correctly. And what we'll probably do is end up gluing it and screwing it, and then maybe using like a button cap to hide our screws. I like that. Shorten back the top piece by 1 inch or so. Make it lined up maybe with the front edge there. Let's see, maybe a 3/4 quarter. I don't know how far back. That's way too far. I'd say about a 1 inch space is what it would take to hang a headphone. on top, just to make sure it's a nice little cutout. We're just going to draw some lines so we can cut the face and do a push-pull again with P. This allows us to come down maybe a 1/4 inch. Eighth might work. Yeah, anything more than that, we're going to be cutting too much out. So in order to make this, we'll probably end up using the router. I think that'd be probably the easiest method. We could run it across a table saw a bunch of times too. And that's pretty much it. Now, like I said earlier, I did make a mistake. I do want to have a place to put, say, paper clips, small items on my desk that get lost. I'll cut those into the bottom of the stand. And I also did make a mistake as far as the height goes. I'll show you that here now. So I hope you enjoy. If you want to see me build it, check out the video coming next. I should have that up here at the end of this week or early next week. So I appreciate everybody for stopping by to watch, and I hope you have a great day. Please remember to like, comment, or subscribe. It'll really help me out. It really encourages me to keep making videos and content for you. So I hope somehow you find this interesting or helpful.